So in this video, I'm going to give you three of my top tips on how to get a job in technology. So this video is for you if you're looking to change industries, you're coming out of school and you're like, hey, I want a job in tech. This is going to be the one for you. But if you're new here, for a bit of background, I'm Harry. I work as an account technology strategist for Microsoft today. But before that, I've done a whole host of roles from IT support, fixing things if somebody puts a coin in the printer and now it doesn't print and makes funny noises, all the way through to being associate vice president, running a team as that did architecture and strategy. So I've done sales, I've done engineering, I've done tech support, and it's been across the last 13 years of my career. So I haven't seen everything, but I've seen a lot, and I'm hopefully going to be able to give you some tips to get started. Okay, so first up, we have what I call personal development. So you need to choose a track, something that you want to dig your teeth into and get started with. One way of doing this, go online, see the jobs in your area, although now most of them will be remote, but have a look at the jobs in there and see what makes sense for you to dig your teeth into. I'm going to give you an example of just being a cloud engineer and specifically a Microsoft cloud engineer. So with that, you would look at it and you go, yep, okay, I want to be a cloud engineer on Microsoft Azure. So you know what you want to do. Now you need to start getting those skills. So how do you do that? Well, back in the old day, this would mean you have to buy a bunch of servers, bunch of equipment. It would cost a lot of money, but also you would put it in your cupboard. And every time you turned it on, it would sound like a plane was taking off. So if you had any family or dogs, they would hate you. But now, all you need to do is just go online, search for an Azure free trial, sign up, and you can start building things, almost instantly. That is awesome, right? So you've got your Azure trial set up. Now, how on earth do you learn it? This stuff's new. You're starting from the ground floor. Well, free training that's awesome. You can head over to Microsoft Learn, search for Azure fundamentals, start getting that ground level set up and just learning how to build things like virtual machines and networks and all that jazz. Then, if you want to get a little bit fancier, you can then use a paid certification, but a paid training provider, somebody like Pluralsight or IT Pro TV or CBT Nuggets. They're all awesome. You can always get a free trial on them as well for a few days and just see which one kind of helps your learning style. So understand what you want to learn about, get some free trials going, and then just start training. And that's it for tip one. Tip two is all about certification. So some people may say these are needed or not needed, but hey, if you're trying to break into this industry and you've got no experience, well, how on earth are you going to show hiring managers that you've got any skills without something on your resume? You can't go ahead and say, oh, I've done all these projects. Look at me. I'm the best. Nobody can see that because you're just breaking into an industry. So you got to start looking at certifications to get you started. And look, there's a lot of companies out there that do fundamental exams, which give you that basis to say, yeah, I know what this technology is. I understand why companies would use it. And I've got maybe a little bit of hands-on experience. So, in the Microsoft world, as we're saying, we're an Azure engineer. Go ahead and look at the Microsoft Azure Fundamentals, the AZ900 exam. Go sign up for that and try it out. But here's the thing. If you're going to do certificates, and believe me when I say this, don't just say you're going to do it. Actually book it in. If you don't, you're going to be self-talking all the way for months. Oh yeah, I'm going to book it in. Yep. I'm going to do it in a few weeks. Before you know it, months have gone by. So first step, learn what exam you want to do. So if it's the Azure Fundamentals, book it for a few weeks in advance and then knuckle down and get learning it because that's the only way you're going to really get it knocked out. So understand the certificate path you want to do, get them booked in, and then just rock and roll. Get some badges on your resume. So our third and final tip is build your network. This is going to be super important. I mean, right now you don't have a network in anything IT or technology probably because you're just changing industries or coming out of school. So you're going to want to start really thinking about how you're going to build that network. And this could be things like LinkedIn, Twitter, Reddit even. You just start thinking about where the people are that are already in the industry, which I can tell you LinkedIn and Twitter are some pretty big places, and start sharing information or sharing what you're up to, ask questions, just get involved with the community. If it's LinkedIn, start adding people that are Azure, engineers in your maybe in your local space or just around the world, and start commenting on their stuff. Get seen, get noticed, start creating information. If you see a great blog post, reshare it, put your thoughts on it, and then you can start becoming a creator. Maybe you create your first virtual machine on Azure. And if you don't know what a virtual machine is right now, don't even worry about that. But when you first create it or create anything in IT, it's going to feel amazing. And you're going to want to share that. So share it on LinkedIn. Hey, everyone, I just built my first virtual machine. Here's what I learned. So these are the things you can do to build that network. And if you haven't seen it, go look at things like meetup.com and see if there's any local Azure groups or PowerShell groups or Exchange, whatever you're interested in. Join it, and then you're going to be able to spend time with people just like you. Either they're learning or they're seasoned professionals that you can ask questions about. It's going to be a good time. So, final tip is just build your network on different platforms that make sense to you. And there we have it. There's 3 tips to trying to break into the IT industry or the technology industry. Look, there's way more we could talk about, and there's lots more tips that you could do. But here we've talked about personal development. Get hands-on, get some free trials going, learn a technology that interests you. 2, get certified. Put something on your resume. Don't let it be a barren land. Get certificates on. Show people you're passionate and excited to go. Step 3, start building that network. Let everyone know what you're doing, what you're working on, that you're excited about certain technology, that you just built something in a technology. So there we go. 3 tips. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any tips of your own, and we'll see you next week for another video.